for first ballot Hall of Fame, Dwight Howard.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that was deserving or not?
Hell yeah, bro. I don't care, bro. These kids put so much disrespect on Dwight Howard's name, man.
Yeah.
Yo, when I'm online and I read people's comments and stuff, I know who's 12, who's 22, and who's 32, bro. Like, so much disrespect going around. Dwight Howard was one of the best big men in the league for what, 5, 6 years straight. When
Yeah.
Shaq was regressing and then left the league, everybody thought Dwight Howard was the next Shaq per se. And this,
Yep.
he Dwight Howard might not have been as dominant offensively because his offensive, he didn't really have much going besides dunking and maybe like he was right under the basket, right? But
Yeah.
his defense was so elite, bro. His defense was so elite that, and his rebounding was so elite that his offense like wasn't really criticized at that time. You know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? And don't forget, he led a team without Jameer Nelson to the finals. I know they lost in, what is that, 09? I
Yeah.
think they lost in 09 to the
Yeah.
Lakers, but he beat LeBron James that year, whose team was, I think, a 60-point team. He beat LeBron and got, so, bro, come on, like let's stop disrespecting Dwight Howard. He definitely deserved that. They disrespected him by not putting him in the top 75 list, the top 75
Yeah.
players of all time.
They
His
did him dirty, huh?
they did him dirty, bro. But unfortunately, when he went to the Lakers, his career kind of went down, and then he had back injuries, and then he went with James Harden, and then kind of turned to a role player. But hey, even so, even as recent as 2020, and you kind of jumped on it as well. Dwight Howard was a big reason why they won the NBA championship because he was one of their probably best big men. He stopped Jokic that year and helped them do certain things in the bubble when they won the chip. So even though he wasn't Dwight Howard of 08, 09, 2010, he still was a big component in winning the NBA championship in the 2020s. So
Yeah.
yeah, bro, we gotta, please, let's stop this disrespect of Dwight
Yeah,
Howard,
no,
bro.
Dwight Howard for me is probably one of the worst players you want to play against in the league. Like
Facts,
he
facts.
is, you don't want to play against him. Like prime time Dwight Howard, I was like, shoot, like I don't want my team to go up against this team because this guy's a beast. You've seen
Beast,
him
bro.
manhandle Cleveland. I don't even know how because now that I'm thinking about it, like Cleveland lost, and this kind of adds to like Kobe's belt. Cleveland lost to them, but Kobe and the Lakers won, right? And I don't know how because I saw how they handled the Cleveland Cavaliers that year. Like it wasn't even
Right.
close. Like LeBron had to hit that like buzzer beater shot, right, to win game two. And if he didn't, they would have been down 2-0 from the jump. And it was
It
a
was a six
clear
game
like
series, right?
yeah, it went 6 games and it could have went five, realistically.
Facts.
So um it was he's quite the dominant player. He doesn't have the great as a touch as Shaq around the rim. Like, Shaq could just, kind of hook shot or just drop it in. So he didn't have the same touch because that goes to say about the offensive play. But like Dwight Howard would score like 12, get 20 rebounds, and have 5 blocks, and you're happy. Like
Yeah.
you are happy because he was shutting down teams. Like, and you had to do so much for him on the offensive side because if you got him into any like lob area, you're done for,
Yeah.
right?
Nobody's stopping him.
Nobody's stopping that. So definitely much deserved. He should have been on the top 75 team as well because he is one of the top 75 best players ever. Maybe it didn't last as long as we wanted it to be and whatever, yada, 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 but his peak is like top 30 players,
I
realistically.
rather I might get killed for this. I rather put Dwight in there instead of Dame Lillard.
Yeah, yeah.
I I might get killed
He's
for
more
it.
he's more deserving of a spot. Yeah. Dame deserves to be in there as well, but you have to choose. Like if it was between those two and who you're gonna let in, you gotta let in Dwight for sure.
Like it's so disrespectful. But like, yo, why do you think like I'm trying to figure out where the disrespect comes from? Is it because his antics off the court or like the rumors of whatever he does on his free time? Like 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 why can't people separate the two? If he was dominant in the NBA, right? Which he was, right? Got to the NBA Finals, Defensive Player of the Year, whatever, whatever, right? Made Orlando Magic relevant. They have not been relevant since the day they traded him. Let's take that in, right? So, like, why do you think people keep giving him disrespect? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah. I think it has to do with his playful ways. It could come off the
Oh,
wrong way,
yeah.
especially back in the day. Like maybe it could have got away with it now because social media, yada yada yada. But He was just about the antics, and he wasn't winning. You know what I mean? And, like, you wanted more, and you almost you almost expect more. Sad to say, but he should have had 40 and 20 every game. You know what I mean? Realistically, that would have been his potential. And we kind of say, okay, if you weren't goofing around, would you have been able to do that? Like any kid at school or any grown man at work, right? This is his job. Like, you got to take it seriously. You're not winning, and we think like with those shoulders, you should be dropping 40 and 20.
Oh
Like,
yeah, bruh. He was physically intimidated. You know what I'm trying to say? Sorry, I was just thinking just now. Like, do you think like Shaq and like I know Kobe was hard on him and stuff like that. Like, do you know? Like, do you think certain guys who didn't maybe co-sign him, maybe that's the reason why people don't disrespect him? Because I know, bro, Shaq still disrespects him till this day, bro. Till this day, bro. It's 2025, dog, and he's still like disrespecting him. You know what I'm trying to say? So, like, do you think that plays a part in anything, or like it's just whatever?
it definitely adds to the narrative that is already established, and I think
A lot.
they just see it for what it is. Like, they see it for what it is. Like, Kobe is one of those guys that, like, average NBA body that like got the most out of it. So he's looking at other people and being like, "Yo, if I were you,
That's
I would
fair.
have did this." So
Yeah, that's
like
fair for
that's how
sure.
he's gonna do it. And Shaq, same way. Like, Shaq already knows what he did, and then like if he was like a leaner version of that, just as strong, he would have been like, yeah, I would have been doing crazy stuff. So
True.
I think
True.
that's how they see it, and they're right to kind of see it like that because that's what I expect from Dwight Howard. I thought he was gonna. Every time I saw him go on an NBA court, I thought he was gonna drop 40 and 20.
Yeah.
Just from
But yeah.
seeing him, like it's just like you're in layup lines and you're looking across the other team. You're like, oh, that guy's gonna eat our food, and he never ate our. He never cleaned the plate. That's the thing. He never cleaned the plate.
Yeah. No,
That's what it is.
I definitely hear what you say. Yeah, and he never got a shot. He never like not even a hook. Like he never got a signature hook shot. Nothing. So yeah, I guess it wasn't. I guess it wasn't like bad criticism. It was actually good criticism in a way. It was like, bro, because of what you are and what you can be, like we expect more of you. If people
Yeah,
expect more out of you, I don't think that's necessarily a bad
it's a
thing.
compliment.
Like,
It's a
yeah,
compliment.
it's just a compliment. Like I would get more motivation if people were like, yo, RG, I expect this out of you, but you're only doing this. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to say? So
facts.
I guess it wasn't like crazy hate, but I guess he didn't really fall into it. I guess maybe that their version of tough love. I guess he took it as hate, and then we are where we are now. I guess.
Yeah, yeah, because he could still play in the league right now. We all know
Yeah,
that,
I
and
mean,
I think that has to do
DeAndre
with like
Jordan is, and I think
yeah,
so.
yeah, and
Why
like I
not?
think that's one of the like you need someone like that. Like, he's a great playoff player. Like, he's great for the playoffs for sure. Size,
True.
defense, shut that.
Just
Like, even if he's
presence.
just in there shutting down, yeah, just the presence, pretty much, right?
True.
So sad to see, but all that off the court stuff is kind of what brought it down for him. I think
Facts.
that's what it really boils down to.